Good evening. Welcome to Encounters, the late night spiritual UFO show here on social media. The top #1 UFO spiritual talk show anywhere that everyone's talking about. I think it's Rue as Nor. Good to see you. Ashley, good evening. Jan, good evening. Musi Al Cover, Jan R. Jeffrey Fry, King Leon Judah, William. Good to have you all with us. Everyone coming into Encounters, Pixie Dust. That's a good name. Emu, welcome to the show. Ben Whipville, I think it is. Ashley, thank you for the likes. Good to have everyone. Hey, Crash, Klassen, Jason, Hey, Len, good to have you with us. Good to have everybody here. Gary from Iowa, good to have you here. Haber, hello. Or Hober, I think it's, Hobart? Or Hober? Maybe. Bishop. Okay, all the good people here coming in. You can call L. Okay, L. Sounds good. The Illuminate Fairy, I haven't seen you in a while. Good to see you, always. Hey, Linda Lovely. Bobby Malincote. George Perez. Tish. Fast Must, thank you for the likes. We're just getting into the show here. Just, getting amped up a little bit. Allie, good to have you with us. All the people, Stan, thank you for the cap. We appreciate it, Stan. Thank you. And everyone here, we love you all. Universal Frequency, that's a great name. Always. Weather One, welcome to the show. Dragon, Mickey. All the great people coming in here from all over the world. Hey, Al Cover, good evening to you. Trying to just read names here. We just got on. Candy Coated, good to see you, Candy Coated. Lefty Rules. Joe Garcia, welcome. Dennis, gentlemen, thanks for joining us. Jordy, Superfly, good to have you with us. Homer, Italian Brats, thank you for the follow. Mary R529, welcome. Larry Klein, Patricia Williams, Karen 82, good to see you, Karen. We see everybody here. D. Zapata, Redbirds, hey, good to have you with us. Shadowman 12374, Joe Sizemore, welcome to the show. This is Encounters. Mermaid, that's a good name. We like the mermaids, so that's a good name. Beth Green. Marinate, peace, love, and light to you. Dusty Puppy, that's a good name too. Some pretty creative names here. User 504, hey, Karen 82. Who am I? That's another good name. I'll tell you, people are pretty creative out there. And you're watching, hey, Serena Bella. Sherry. Joe N. Laura J. Hey, Laura J. Joe Billings. Welcome to Encounters. I think it's trying to catch all these names here. David Callum. Buck. Welcome to the show, Buck. Dragon, thanks for the follow. So those coming in here, this is, if you've never watched my show before, this is Encounters, the #1 UFO spiritual talk show on social media that everyone's talking about. We're an actual talk show. You'll find out if you stick around a while, you'll be addicted to Encounters. I guarantee it. And all our shows are recorded. This is a live show, but they're recorded on TikTok. All my shows are on my YouTube channel, Ashtar Command Spaceship News on YouTube. All my Encounter shows are there. My morning show that I did this morning is there. This show will be recorded, be on there, and shows from the previous nights are on my YouTube channel, Ashtar Command Spaceship News. And I'm sure we'll have plenty to talk about. We love interviewing people. I take my cell video record. Oh, interesting. John Doe, welcome to the show. Will Willis, I think Wills. Just seeing people coming in here now. Vicky Leroy, user 777, welcome to Encounters 445, welcome. And record 2 spaceships. Interesting. Hey, Robert, how you doing, brother? Hey, T-Town Tornado, welcome to the show. This is Encounters, a show that's out of this world and a show where all kinds of weird cosmic things happen. I can't make it up. When I'm on here, all kinds of crazy stuff happens. Coco, welcome. All positive, but all crazy in a good way. Hey, T-Town, thanks for the follow. We're just getting kind of amped up here. Oh, the more fun is I hear them. L, we're going to have you on here. Field Cap, welcome. I think, L, you only have 69 followers. We got to get L up to 200. Everybody follow L. He's got some interesting things to talk about. Hey, Dawn Marie, good to see you. 12DC VR, CPU, DRE, welcome. It is a crazy time to be here. It is hey, Mahansu, good to see you here. And it's really interesting that we need to all get focused here. Hey, Naham, good to see you, brother. The commander is getting amped up through the night. We put I did a quiet blessing before you come on here in the evening on the show. Andrea, good to see you, Andrea. I put a National Command blessing to protect everything. We have a ship about 10,000 feet up above the location I'm in, where the tents are being radiating out all over the world. Yep, I have one of my Astro ships over my location. Love is for all of the universe. Very well said. And you can quote that. Love is for all the universe, Robert. Very true. Very true, brother. You know it. Jeff Mortberg, welcome to the show. Psychic Kimmy, hey, good to see you. It's good to see everybody. I have no idea what's going to happen tonight. That's the beautiful part of the show. Hey, Al, thank you for the roses. I have no idea what's going to happen tonight. I heard about that. We're going to be talking about that big ship in Kuwait. I think Down the Rabbit Hole is going to be on tonight. He's going to give me some information. Things are happening. Things are amping up. Oh, thank you, Alman. Gosh almighty. Thank you for those roses. Holy mackerel, man. Thank you. Yeah, Robert, I did hear about that, man. Things are, hey, Shai Zuby, Jay Chaffin, welcome. Weldon Caddy, I think it is. Paul Williams, Larry, welcome. Peter, Nicole. I can't keep up with all the names, so I'm just going to say I love everybody. Welcome to the show. And we're going to get into some stuff. Tonight, I will be showing a spaceship. Hey, Blondie. I'm going to show a spaceship taken by my sister. She's not my biological sister, but my friend up in Vermont. I'm sure she'll be on tonight at some point. Hey, Robert. And Fun with Sunshine. That's a great name, too. Hey, Honey McReynolds. Good to see you. Many blessings. Blessings to each and every one of you. Albert7542, welcome. User 635. I only say the first three numbers because I can't read all the numbers. It would take too long for me to do that. Good to have everybody in here. Writer Boy, hey, welcome, Writer Boy. Good to see Girl. John Tyler, welcome, John. Good to see you all here. This show is one of those places, Lion's Den Commander. Hey, Attic, good to see you. Honey McReynolds, thanks for roses. I want everyone to feel loved here. I always really want to generate the frequency of love all over the world on my show. So I'm a different kind of talk show host. I've been doing radio for 21 years now on NPR Pacific Radio, WASU, Ashtar Command Radio, actually, 21 years. 21 years. And I have Friends of Furry on here. And she's going to come on here. I think it's when Down Rabbit Hole is on tonight, I'm going to bring him on. We're going to talk about this big sighting that happened that Robert's referring to. And we're going to get into that because our major media, CNN, NBC, BBC, they don't talk about that stuff. It's all like hush hush, all the garbage news. Here, we will talk about these things, Hey, Gramps, good to see you. I think it's SFY Iron Ed 1986. Give me just a few minutes. I'll take your time there, Friends with Furry. Take your time. When you're ready, I'll plug you in here. No rush. Evening. Hey, Byforce. Good to see you, brother. Robert Phillips. Yes, excellent cause. These are our brothers and sisters. Yes, Robert. Absolutely true. We're going to blow your minds tonight. If you didn't see my show this morning, in a little bit, we're going to blow your minds. Hey, Julie. You're going to see an actual spaceship of the Ashtar Command, a photo that was taken during the day. The other day, they had a big snowstorm in northern Vermont. And my friend April, when she went outside, the ship appeared so that she can take the picture to let people know that they are here. When you see this picture, if you don't stick around to really tune into the show and you're just scanning TikTok, you're going to miss out on the opportunity to learn some things here, folks. It was just after the snowstorm. Yep. The snowstorm was Tuesday, correct? Friends of Prairie was Tuesday, or was it Wednesday? I think Tuesday or Wednesday. I got to get that day straight. It's either Tuesday or Wednesday they had the big snowstorm. It was after the snowstorm at night. Oh, it was at night, and the next day it cleared up. She was shoveling, and that's when the spaceship appeared. Correct? I believe that's when the spaceship appeared. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Next day. Yeah. So when she comes on, I'll let her to talk about it. I'll show you the photo that she took. Liz, thank you. Oh wow, wow, that train is that's incredible. Thank you. I never seen anything like that. That's crazy stuff. But thank you very much. You know, give thanks to all my brothers and sisters out there. Jolene, welcome. Hey, young Skywalker. Good evening. May the force be with you, brother. Andrew, welcome to the show. Mickey, Michelle, Secret Stones and Oddities. That's a good name. I like that name. Linda Becken. Hey, Rod. Good to see you, brother. Tracy 1601. Marlou, I think it is. I don't want to botch people's names up. Jenny 13. Donald, welcome to the show. Back to work. Live and light all. Oh, very, very good there. Karen 82. Blondie. Larry Klein. Groovy, enlightened, and me, please. I'm just reading people's names. We're getting started, folks. We're getting amped up here. Vance. Hey, Vance, welcome to the show. Sometimes me. Hey, sometimes me, Vance. Good to see you. Trying to catch up. Hey, everyone here. Talani Alexander, nice to see you as well. Crystal. Miss Fawn, thank you for the like. Hey, Johnny. So, hey, Miss Fawn, thank you for the roses. You folks are beautiful. Pressure washer. Interesting names here. Well, I'm CmdrAleon for people that don't know who I am. I'm the man from Mars. I came here to Earth a long time ago. And I came here on purpose. A starseed, maybe I can say starseed. And I got, my biological parents are gone. They, number of years ago, 10, 15 years ago, they both, roughly in that period, left the Earth. And, but I came here. I worked with the Ashtar Galactic Command. I worked with them before there was any internet or Facebook or TikToks or anything. I've been working with them as my adult life with the Ashtar Command. Gramps, you say you would like to share, but you're not sure how. Let me bring you up, Gramps. You have 893 followers. So, Gramps, what I'm going to do is I'm going to press the guest button. And when I do that, you have to just press the button on your end. It'll pop up a screen. If you press that, I can get you on here live. Okay, so if you're not used to doing that, I'll help you. That's what that's what we're here to do, help people, right? So you press the button. If you don't figure it out, our first guest for the night. All right. As long as TikTok works. TikTok works. Okay. Can you hear me?
Hey.
I'm gonna bring you back. I'm gonna bring you back up because I'm echoing in your thing there. Wait a minute. That shouldn't be happening. This is what happens on my show. These weird things happen. Let me try bringing them on again. Gramps, we're going to try to bring you on one again. Hey, Gramps, let me try to go back there. This is the stuff that happens on this show, folks. I echo on other people's phones. Let's try it again. All right. Take two. We're going to try to get Gramps on here again. Oh, now I don't even see him. Gramps, let me straighten this out. Hold on a minute. And now, do you have a Bluetooth? A Bluetooth on? Do you have Bluetooth on?
Yeah, I do.
Turn the Bluetooth. Turn it off.
All right, hang on.
Okay. Let's see if that solves the problem. Wait a minute. I gotta go. Turn it off, and I'm gonna bring you back up, man. I can't see you. Hold on a minute. I'm gonna go back to where he is. We're gonna bring Gramps back on here. Here he is. I'm gonna bring Gramps. I'm gonna bring you back on. Give me a minute. We're gonna disconnect. We'll get him on here without any problems. Now we're gonna try doing it again. Okay. If he's got the Bluetooth off, I shouldn't be echoing in his phone. We'll see what happens. We're praying, hoping. Please, universe, work for me here. Okay, can you hear me?
Hey.
Okay, now you're good. Okay. There you go. Wait a minute. Okay, now I hear you. Okay, keep the Bluetooth off. Now you're good, yeah.
No, I shut it off.
Okay. All right, and Gramps, welcome to the show. And what would you like to share with us tonight?
I've had so many things going on for the last year and a half, and stuff in the sky, visitations. It's just been crazy.
Let's start from the beginning.
I watch your show. I watch you, and I hear all these other people that have the same things going on. It's like, I thought it was me.
No, it's not just you, brother. It's everybody.
Yeah, it's fucking cool. Excuse my swearing.
Yeah. Well, I should mention that. No swearing. So try to just.
Yeah, I know. But it's just so cool. So cool.
So tell us a little bit about how it started. Say since a year ago. I'm very interested how this all started for you.
Well, it all started for me in 1976.
Wow, that's a long time ago.
Yeah. Well, and it was just a big visitation that kind of blew me away then.
Can you tell us about the visitation? You said you were visited, so that connotation tells me you were visited by beings.
No, it was a sighting between, like 20 people at a campfire on a river, and what showed up in the sky, and everybody freaked out, and I just sat there and watched it, and I'm like, that's just really cool.
Yeah. Wow. And that was back in 76?
Yeah. And life went on, and I really didn't watch the skies or look above or pay attention for a very long time because life got busy with kids and family and whatever. But like a year and a half ago, I went through a very big spiritual change, and through the last year, where I'm at, I watch the skies all the time. I'm just constantly, day and night.
And whereabouts are you, by the way, on the planet?
I'm in Iowa.
Iowa, okay, that's a good place to be.
Oh, central.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And so through my times being, through my experience being here, I've called upon my higher powers, my spiritual, social, soul, and the things that I've seen are just amazing, and I've been able to videotape a lot of what I've seen at night.
You've documented it on video. Okay.
Not during the day, but I have things at night that are just I
Really?
don't know how to explain it. I've shown it to different people in my life, but and they're like, "Oh, those are drones and blah blah blah." No.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, the typical response.
I'm in the middle of nowhere in a town of 1,000 people. These aren't drones.
Yeah. Well, you're the one who videotaped them, so yeah, you would know. Thank you for that. I appreciate that.
And I've had even stuff during the day. Clear blue skies, and ships come across the sky, but I can't. I don't have time to go get my phone and come back and video.
Yeah, thank you for the roses. Yeah,
it happens too fast.
Yeah. How big are some of these ships that you recorded? Can you tell us?
Well, the one during the day looked like a semi-trailer, with a V nose on it, and no exhaust, no nothing, just a big square box hauling ass across the sky.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah. But the stuff at night is what really gets me going.
Tell us about that. What's the stuff at night that you're seeing?
Well, I was sitting out on the deck one night, and I have the videotape of it, but there's this. I get stars coming across the sky at night, in every direction all the time, north, east, south, west. And there's no direction. It just comes up everywhere. Yeah. And it's a star. It's a moving star that's very, very fast. And yeah, you can't capture it fast enough to run in the house, grab a cam, and come back out.
You're right.
One night I was sitting out on the deck, and one came out of the west, going to the east, and it stopped above my house.
It just stopped.
It stopped. And
what year was that?
I grabbed the camera. I took video of it, and it turned into a pixelation of 5 and 4 and 3 and bouncing all of orange lights that were just, remarkable.
What year was that, though, Gramps?
That was like a few months ago.
A few months ago, okay. And were they different colors? Can you get more descriptions of what they were?
Orange. Yeah, it was just and I've caught it like 3 times now.
Wow.
And they're always over here. They're always overhead.
So you've caught them 3 times within this year?
Well, probably within the last 4 months.
Last 4 months. That's very interesting. So as I'm listening to the story, folks, 3 different times in the last 4 months, the same craft appear and stop over where you are, correct?
Right.
Okay, so let me ask you this next question. This is really fascinating. When I hear a story like this, that these craft came 3 different times within 4 months at the same area where you are, that's where you live, correct?
Yeah.
Did you feel a sense that they're trying to make contact with you? At that point, it's not like they just came once and disappeared. They came back 3 different times, everybody. 3 different times at his location. What do you think?
I'd like to. I'm trying to express the feeling.
Yeah.
It's a power and a joy and a loving, over expressive feeling that just flows over you. That's all I can say. I don't know how to explain it.
No, you're explaining it pretty cool. I'm getting that they want to make contact with. I don't know who they are, but the fact is they're trying to show you that, hey, you're connected with them somehow. And the people, the intelligence on those ships are trying to make contact with you. And which is a beautiful expression of their expression of saying, here we are,
Yeah, I'm trying to get it. I get it. I know what's going on. It's just the overwhelming feeling that I get when it happens is really hard to express.
No, I know that. Sometimes the feelings cannot be expressed because the feelings are emotional, the feelings are personal, the feelings are overwhelming, when you have that happen, I can completely understand that.
Yeah, I've even cried over it. I mean, it's just that overwhelming.
Yeah, no, definitely. I feel that. I feel that. You've got. Hey, look, if it happens like that, you can feel that. It's one of those things. A lot of people in here who've had encounters with space people or star people. It is overwhelming because it's a feeling of joy, a feeling of love. You know, there's something there. You know that you're connected to something more than yourself. When you realize that you're not just a human being, and they're coming to you, saying, "Here we are." They're saying, in a sense, what they're saying is, we are connected. We are connected with each other. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah, I'm really tapped in. Honestly, I mean, I get the dreams. I mean, I've
Mm-hmm.
had signatures that I wrote down out of my dreams and tried to go through people to figure out what the writings were that I saw in my dreams, and it's like it's nuts.
Yeah, I can imagine it would be feeling that way. You're watching Encounters. You have Gramps on here for the first time. He's been watching the show for a while. I'm CmdrAleon, the host of this show, the number one spiritual UFO show on any social media. You won't see this on CNN, BBC, NBC, or anything, but you will see it here on TikTok. And welcome to the show. We have Gramps on here. I'm the man from Mars, originally from Mars. I work with the Astro Galactic Command. I work in Christ consciousness. I'm a conduit in that sense, and I'm a contactee since the 1960s. And I just want to say welcome everybody who are finding the show. I'm glad you're here. Stick around. You'll get addicted to encounters, I guarantee it. So I'm going to turn back to Gramps. And so you had that. So in that 4 months ago period, did other types of spaceships appear besides the ones that you mentioned?
They're all light beings. They're all
Yeah,
lights. You
yeah.
know, I've only had one time that I saw a triangulated light ship come over
Mm-hmm.
low with multiple lights. And whether it's government or whatever, I don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
I I I keep my mind open. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Do you ever though close your eyes? Like one of the things I recommend people do when they have encounters with the ships, whether it be government or not, you'll know it's government if you feel nothing from it, no vibrational energy from it. It's probably ours. But if you close your eyes and you just meditate while you're seeing some beautiful lights that are coming overhead and they stop, close your eyes, take a deep breath, and just let yourself go and see what you feel, and you'll know what they are. You'll know who they are. That's always a great way to do it. It's a beautiful way to interact subtly, but you'll feel the energy. You know what I mean?
I get that. I get that. The other things that I've experienced, like this last summer, late in the
Mm-hmm.
summer, fall, sitting out back in the dead of night, and
Mm-hmm.
I I see a black sphere just haul ass by, like 6 foot above the ground, just right by me, just back across the yard, and then within seconds, an orb chasing it.
Mm. Interesting. Interesting.
And that, I don't know, that's a spirit,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So
you
you
know.
you you feel a lot of stuff. It sounds like for me you're really open, and you're the kind of person that your heart's open on a spiritual level. So you tune into a lot of things. Like I grasped just for a few minutes we've been speaking. You're very tuned into the universe, pretty much.
Yeah, I'm very tuned in, and unfortunately, where I'm at, I'm in a town of 1,000 people, and there's nobody around me that understands anything about my mind or what's going
Yeah.
on with the universe or anything else. It's really hard for me to connect with anyone. I can't connect with anyone because nobody understands me at all.
Well, now you're here on
Um,
Encounter, so everybody understands you're here.
well, I love you, brother,
There you go.
but yeah, around here it's just I'm I see and experience all these things.
Yeah.
But there's no one to talk to about any of it. So,
well, I'm glad you came on here to share some stories with us. I think that's a
yeah,
good thing.
I've had so many. I've had so many things going on. It's just, I mean, the birds and the eagles and the hawks and everything that I've been here in my life here in this position for 4 years,
Mhm.
and within the last 6 months, the hawks, the eagles, the cardinals, the birds, the squirrels, the rabbits, the cats, everything that had just like come to my backyard. It's just nuts.
Wow. Yeah, it's definitely interesting. A lot of stuff is going on. And when you hear, I'm going to be bringing my friend April in Vermont on in a few minutes. We're going to show you a spaceship that appeared after a snowstorm. The night after the snowstorm, when she was shoveling, they appeared, and where there's four of us here. You might have been following us since this has been
I think
happening.
I saw that this afternoon.
Yeah, well, this morning I showed it. She might have showed it again when she might have been on this afternoon. I think I'm going to show it tonight. People are going to see the spaceship. It's an Astar command ship, and I'll let her explain what this particular ship is about. And hey, reader, and explain to people that are new here that there's something major happening, and there's going to be four of us that are going to be going at some point I feel really soon in the next few months we're going to be taking on an Ashtar command ship. My father, who's not my biological father here, he passed away, but we have a father off planet, which is my cosmic father. Believe it or not, we all have a cosmic father and mother, but we don't realize that, but we do. And I'll be meeting him, and it'll be April, myself, Johnny, who's in here, and also Kit Kat, who might not be in here. And we didn't get this together. They came towards Earth, and they've been looking for us for a long time, and so you're going to be hearing some stories tonight, and they're just going to be very beautiful. So if you're not, just understand that you'll be hearing. And Gramps, you've been here for a while watching my show, so you might have gotten some idea of what's happening a little bit, but we'll go into it more when I get April on here.
Hey, I'm in. If you want any of the videos that I've taken, I'd
Yeah.
be more than happy to send them to you.
Yeah, I'll definitely send it to my email. I'm going to post it on here. I'll post it on here for everybody. If you have any really good footage that you've been recording of the spaceships, send them to this email address and I'll download them and review them. And I might even put them on the main page, which is my main profile page where all the videos are. I'll add them if I can put on there. Give me a little storyline when they were videotaped, the day, the month, or whatever, and location, and I will review them and possibly put them on the main page. Hey, Gramps, thank you so much for being here. I
I just
appreciate
want
it.
you to see them. That's all.
Yeah, I want to take a look at them too, for sure.
They're pretty
Uh,
cool.
well, we'll wait till you get them to us, and thank you again for being a guest.
Hey, love you, bud.
Same here, brother. Take care. That
All
was
right, you too.
Gramps, and he was our first guest. So everyone give a round of applause for Gramps, first guest on the show. And I want to get to 100,000 likes. So before I forget that, we're at 19.7. So I need everybody to. I always like to make this a very active, interactive audience out there around the world. So if you're not on here, having an interview, you can be supportive by pressing and tapping the button. So we get to 100,000 likes before 12:30. Okay, we start at 11. We're going to go to 12:30 tonight for an hour and a half show. And if you want to be a guest on the show, you have to have 200 followers. That's TikTok's thing. That gives you audio capabilities on my show. If you have 100,000, if you have, yeah, that's really wild. If you have 1,000 followers, thank goodness you don't have to have 100,000. You never get there. 1,000 followers, you can come on the show. Here's the rules of the show: no foul language, no matter what it is. Number one, number two, no drinking, no vaping, no smoking, no drugs, no drunks on the show. None of that. If that's more important to you than this, then just go in a closet somewhere and have fun. The third thing is, no bullying of any guests on the show, no bullying whatsoever. That is a complete unacceptable thing. for CmdrAleon and my show here, and also just a great respect for everybody. That's important. And what's the other thing? You have to be over 18. No kids on the show or anything like that. So, and we try to keep this show very positive in terms of the show format. And also, even if some stories aren't always positive with ET interactions, it's the story that counts. It's the people sharing their personal encounters. Hey, Dustin, good to see you, brother. So we're going to bring a email. Thank you for that. We appreciate it. We're going to bring on Friends with Fairies. And for those that have missed a lot of what's going on, which she'll be able, I'm going to have to bring on, I'm going to bring on again. My TikTok thing is like, whatever's happening with, I'm going to bring on again. I have to redo this here. Let's see. I'm going to redo this here. Let it reset. So now I'm going to hope my TikTok works properly so I can, there, now it's working. It's the thing with the app here or something. So you're watching Encounters, and I'm going to switch pictures here. And welcome, April. How you doing?
Hello, everybody.
Good to have you with us. Good to have you. Whoops, there we go. Wait a minute. I'm going to get it on here in a minute. Did I do it? Okay, I think I did it. So I'm going to kind of move out of the way here for a minute. I want you to all look at this photo. Some of you haven't seen this yet. April's in Vermont. She's one of the four of us that are going. She's been on the spaceship with the command for about 8 times now, if I'm not incorrect. 8 times already. She's been physically invited, and she's met her father on the ship. She's met my father as a commander. She's met one of my brothers. I've not met anybody yet because I'm not on there, but she has seen many things on the ship. And I'll turn it over to April to give some updates here on the show. I think it's important that people know what's happening on here. Everything is beautiful. There's some really major things happening, folks, that you need to be aware of. Okay, April. Good evening.
Hi, guys. So the updates are for those of you who are just tuning in and just coming in, and those of you who have been following the commanders and mine and Kit Kat's and Johnny's journey is well, with this photo, for just to start with this photo. So the other night I was taken on the ship for the 8th time. And this time they actually came into my house and got me, and they were able to, I don't know, meld the wall. So we were able to go through the wall of my home. And I went on the ship with them, and we went on what is called their weather ships. And the first time I was on the ship, it was in the shape of a sphere. And if you go and look at my page, there's an actual picture of the sphere above a mountaintop, and there's like a small light. It's very grainy, but you can definitely make out the ship above the mountain. And I actually was able to capture the ship when they took me this time, because they took me up in the weather ship again. And when they did, like the next day, because I was gone for this time for about a week. And then they brought me back within, they try to bring you back at around the same time that they have taken you on the ship, so you're not missing any time here on Earth. But I was actually technically gone for like a week. I got to spend some time down. I got to go through a portal, and I got to spend some time down speaking with the mer people that live in our oceans, and they talked to me about the nuclear pollution and the nuclear sneaky testing that they have been doing underneath our ocean waters, and how they're polluting our waters so much so that some of these mer babies are not surviving and have been washing up on the shores, and these beings aren't happy with it. So, in other words, the message for this was that the pollution and stuff that we are creating is not just affecting us; it's affecting other beings and other planets.
Yeah.
So So that was basically what the message was that they were sharing with me. I also at that week that I was gone, was taken again on. We were on this specific ship. We went on that underground or underwater like base that was in this mountain that was right underneath a an island. The top of the island was the top of the mountain that was under the water. And then after we left there, we went up to one of their sky cities, and they were the reason they were showing me this was because um, now there have been reports about people talking about that they've gotten glimpses of cities in the clouds, and people are wondering like there's been a lot of thoughts and theories about these cities that are in the clouds. Well, what these cities are, they're basically like pop-up cloud cities from our space families, and they create these like little space cities so they have a place to live while they're waiting for the other ships from all the other worlds that are coming in, and that are going to be coming in from all over the world. But while they're waiting for everybody to get here, they have to have some place to live, so they have these pop-up like cloud cities in the clouds, and every once in a while somebody's catching a glimpse of these. Also, the birds and stuff that people are reporting that they're catching, that are floating and like suspended in the air, and they're like, oh my god, the matrix is broken and there's a glitch in the matrix. No, it's because they're being caught in their little energy fields that they have around these cities, that they are aware that we have like birds and things like that, and they're not wanting to hurt any of these creatures, so they have these like special nets that will like freeze them, and then they'll send somebody out to collect up the birds, and then they set them free. These birds aren't hurt. They're just, they pick them up and they take them away from where the city is, and they let them go. So these ships that like behind the commander's head there that you're looking at, these ships have the capability of like shape shifting into this shape. Those tic tac shape ships that people are reporting they're seeing, they're all the same ship. They're all the same type of ship. They're the spheres, the tic tacs, this shape. They're all the same ships. They change forms as to whatever job it is that they need done. But this ship, they were going back over to the mountain that's by where I live at, and they passed by rather quickly, but then they dead stopped over my woods, and they sat there for a second as like to say hello, or
Right.
maybe let me capture a picture of them. I don't know, but I had
Right.
my phones
Hey,
and I had
hey,
that sucker out, and I got a
hey,
picture.
hey, April, was that ship vertical or horizontal? Was it
It
going
was
in a
exactly how you're seeing it now.
It was actually stopping in a vertical position. That's amazing.
Yeah, exactly how you're seeing it now. Then it laid down
Wow.
flat and took off.
Wow, that's amazing. Isn't that amazing, folks? Look at that picture. Really look at it closely. Take your time, folks, and stop and look.
There was some
Focus.
question as to why the sun shining if it was in a snowstorm. Well, it's because it was after the snowstorm. It was the
Yeah.
next day after
Next day.
when this was after I had come back and all that. They were coming back from I don't know where, and they're zooming past, and they stopped dead in front of the thing. I don't know if they were saying hello, or what they were doing, but they zoomed past, dead, stopped there for a few seconds, and then they went about their business and went ahead and went back to the mountain. And I'm just like, wow, this is really cool. I was able to actually capture a picture of it. It was
Oh, they
pretty
wa-
awesome.
they wanted you, April, to do that as I was watching it since you posted it.
They
I was
had to
getting
have.
they wanted you to take the picture to show everybody here that what is happening with you and all of us eventually is real. That this is the real deal.
Mm-hmm.
That this is as real as it gets, brothers and sisters. Absolutely as real as it gets. You've heard stories. You've heard people talk about over the years these things. But we're now, because our planet's going into a different mode of operation, our universe is, they're
Mm-hmm.
saying, get ready. The four of us are going to be, in a sense, a first wave of that happening. But also, it's a little bit different because we have actually mothers and fathers that we're connected to on these ships. It's
Yes.
it's a it's a not this it's a little bit different in that way. But also, the same thing goes that they're saying that it's time for us to get ready. That they are here. They're tired of the way we've treated our planet, the way
Mm-hmm.
we've messed up the Mother Earth, and they're here to say, that's going to stop now. You're going to grow up, and the children that are playing games with nuclear bombs and all these different nerve gases and everything that are hurting the planet and the environment and people, they're done with it. They're not. They gave us a chance to get our act together, and now they're done waiting.
And
You
like
know,
you have repeated over the years, Commander, they had 70 something years now to disclose of this information that they've had. They've had the technology that they have, traded and taken that wasn't there. They've had the technology with these med beds and all this other stuff. They've had the opportunity to come clean and say that these space beings are real, these space beings are here, and they chose not to.
they chose not to
You have been saying it for years
for
now.
years. Yeah, I have been saying for years,
And
even before we had internet.
yeah, and so, it's like they had all this time to have disclosure and they didn't. So now they don't have a choice. Now the
Nope.
choice is being taken from them. Now they're saying, "You know what? We're here and we're going to be here and we're going to help the earth and we're going to stop all this nonsense of polluting because now not only is your pollution killing your planet, but it's hurting and affecting other beings and other planets too. So enough
Yeah,
is enough."
and it actually does because when I grew up in the '60s, the nuclear testing reverberated when they had the Hiroshima and Nagasaki bomb. It was before my time. Uh, that was not good. That reverberated through the universe. That affected other planetary civilizations beyond Earth. How many people understand that the scientists that created these bombs, the hydrogen bomb, used it on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, that when that happened, that put a word out to the universe from the star people, what's going on Earth? What are they doing on Earth? They came here and they see us testing and playing around with nuclear radiation. We're blowing up bombs, nuclear test sites in Nevada. You remember the old movies where they have these little communities that would test
Yeah.
dummies, like mothers and fathers that are plastic in these
Yep.
houses, and then they test a nuclear weapon to see what happens. What happens is everything's destroyed. We
Exactly.
tend to, we seem to have been a very destructive world here. And I, being working with the Astronaut Command, coming here, I came here on Mission Earth to not only bust the matrix, but to wake people up. I came here to just shake you up, to get you shaken up out of your earth-based belief systems, to realize that there's something else other than you out there, more important than your physical human belief system, that
Mhm.
there's other people that live in the universe that you don't respect. There are other star people, star families, planetary systems that are advanced spiritually that we don't have any respect for. We have humans on this planet that if they saw a space person come off a ship, they'd be angry. They'd be because they've been programmed to be angry. And the first thing you would do if they came to give you a hug, you'd be wanting to start a fight with them. That's the
Right.
human nature. That's what you've been programmed to do on this planet. And it's going to stop starting now. It's going to stop starting now. So when I talk about this, I mean it. They're fed up with the way we've treated our planet, the Mother Earth, our animal life, our marine life, our lands, our waters. They're fed up,
And
you
this is
know.
why they took me on the journey that they took me on is because I was meant to pass this message on to you guys so you guys are aware that this is happening, about the sneaky nuclear testing under the oceans that we don't know about. Like
I didn't even know about it.
yeah, they're doing this under our noses and we didn't even know, and they showed me, the deformities that these beings are having, and it's not pretty, guys. It really isn't. Their little mer babies aren't making it, they're not surviving because of the pollution that they're putting in the water. And
Yep,
there's hundreds of them washing up on shore now, and they're trying to collect up what they can of their species, but the government is again intervening with that and covering it up and not telling people that this is happening,
that's
and
right.
and they're hiding and taking these babies, and they're doing whatever they're doing with them, and that's not
And
cool either.
and when you mentioned that, April, I didn't even know that there were secret that the Astro Command people on the ship, they monitor our planet.
Oh yeah.
So evidently, they monitored the fact that we're doing nuclear testing Whereabouts on the planet are we secretly nuclear testing right now?
I did not ask that question, Commander. I'm sorry. They just told
That's
me that
okay.
they're doing it.
But they're able to see everything we do on this planet.
Mhm.
Every single thing the command is able to see. So we're doing some secret stuff here against humanity, against life in general. We're doing nuclear testing in the oceans and seas that are affecting underwater space bases that exist. And also, not only that, it's affecting the mer people that do exist in our waters, and it's affecting their newborns. It's affecting their life, and we're not even on the world. Nobody knows what's happening because they're lying to us.
Exactly.
And because the Astronaut Command on the ships are able to monitor everything on this planet, they see the things that we're doing secretly against our own planet. So they've been doing this program probably for years. When they said they had a test ban agreement on nuclear power, nuclear weapons when I was growing up, so they lied. They said that we have a test ban agreement, and they're doing it secretly without anybody knowing what's happening, right under our thumbs. Amazing. Amazing.
And so they wanted me to pass this along, and that's why that's why when I was started talking about this yesterday, that's why my phone started going crazy, because I was on that phone. And if you guys don't know, I have two phones. And one phone they find it easier to communicate through, and I was on that phone yesterday, and they interrupted the whole TikTok show to warn us that they were trying to monitor our communications, the commander's show, and to let us know that they were monitoring his radio show and his home communications. So that's what the message was, that they had stopped the show for it to get across. So they put a stop to that right away. They cut out whatever nosiness they were doing. They put a stop to it. They wanted us to know what was going on.
Yeah, the government has been monitoring, probably not only monitoring my radio show, they've been monitoring me for years. And I basically knew that. I don't care. I mean, I do care and I don't care. The thing is, if the reason why they're monitoring our TikTok show, or they're trying to, now they've stopped because the command did something to prevent them from listening in on my show here. But the fact that they were listening is because they're afraid of my show, and they're afraid of what we're presenting here, which is the truth. Exactly. And what April's presenting here is the truth. And when you're presenting something that's real, when you're not, if I was throwing a crystal ball here and doing readings, they wouldn't care. If I was throwing cards in there, they wouldn't care. If I had a pendulum, they wouldn't care. If I, if I channeled, they wouldn't care. No. The reason why they care is because we don't do any of those things. I've always made it my purpose to be straight honest in my stuff that I do on my radio show, whatever I do, my workshops. I always want to bring you accurate cosmic truth. I've always done that. I've always been that way. And that's why we're at the point we are right now, where we're being very transparent about what's going on with the contact situation. And these things are going to be happening soon. We're having a gathering in Connecticut on April 13th at 8 p.m. We're going to broadcast it live. We're going to have something happen that's extraordinary. I've contacted my friend Colin Andrews, who's a well-known crop circle researcher. I sent him a photo of the spaceship that we have back here. I sent him the information, and I'm trying to get him weeks upon weeks earlier to commit to coming out to the field with us. And if you've heard of Colin Andrews, he's well-known in the crop circle field. He's a dear friend of mine, and he's always been really, really good on his research. So April 13th will be in Connecticut, and we'll be go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead, Commander. I'm sorry.
No, I was going to say we'll be there. April's going to be there. I want people to help support April get there. She's got a goal to get there, and we want to make sure she's there. We're hoping our friend Kit Kat from Long Island will be there. She's the other one that the command wants to have come on the ship. And then Johnny, who's here, our one of our moderators in New Jersey. They selected certain people. Now, again, we had nothing to do with it whatsoever, just to be clear. They selected us. So we're going to be going together. April's been on the ship 8 times. Myself, Johnny, and Kit Kat have not. So once we are together, we're going to be getting information that is going to be shared and learn more about what we need to do to help people on the planet. All the information we get, we're going to share with each and every one of you. So this show is important beyond itself. because of what we're doing. And the reason why the government was listening, because the government knows that we're doing something that they don't want to see ever happen, which is tell the people the truth. They don't want to see anybody going on these ships. They want to try to control the lies that they've been doing. We're going on those ships. No government agency is going to stop us from being taken on those ships. We'll be taken on safely, and we're going on those spaceships. I just want people to know that right now. Go ahead, April.
Right. You tell him, Commander. That's right. That's exactly right.
Oh, and the commander will tell him. Go ahead.
Yeah, you just make sure we keep telling the truth, and we keep getting it. We have been coming on, and the commander has been coming on because he's all about disclosure. He's all about keeping it real, and that's the reason why that me and the commander have been sticking so close together, because this information is very important to get out to you guys, so the light workers can start doing the work. And the commander's here to shake it up until people wake up. Really, he really is. He's a communications commander for a reason, and this is off planet, and that's because he is to get this communications out to you guys, so you guys can start helping wake people up, start helping people know that these beings are coming, and that these beings are good beings of light. They're not coming to hurt us. They're not scary monsters. They're not anything bad. These beings are coming to help us, help ourselves, help us clean up our planet, and help us enlighten ourselves. And also, these beings are coming to help us get back the gifts that we have lost over the years, like telecommunications or telepathic communication. Telepathy.
Yeah. That's okay. I always say I sometimes say that too. And we should take some. If people want to ask, April or me any questions and want to come on live, you're welcome to be a guest. If you have any questions about this, we'll take some live people on the show. You have to have 200 plus followers to go live on audio, 1,000 on video and audio. Again, if you come on live, no foul language, no drinking, no smoking, no vaping, no drunks or anything. None of that is allowed here on this show. Also, you have to be over 18. And I think no paranormal discussions, that there are 10,000 other TikTok lives that deal with that. We're focused on the cosmic, galactic things from disclosure, UFO sightings. And of course, because this is such a big deal, we've been really focused on this, and it's within the realms of the show programming because of what's happening right now. So let me see who wants to come on. Half Pint. So I'll bring Half Pint on. Half Pint wants to get on. So we're going to bring Half Pint on as a guest, and he can join. They can join us on the show. Just press the accept button, Half Pint, and we'll get you on here, hopefully. And we will take your questions. I think this is an appropriate time for us to talk about this. And if you have any questions for April or myself regarding what's happening here, I think it's important in the content of the show to get your questions. I do see everybody out there. So, okay, Half Pint, good evening. Are you there? Half Pint?
Guys.
Hey, good
evening.
I'm here. Okay, welcome to the show, and I'm glad
good
you came
evening.
on. You don't have a Bluetooth on, do you?
No.
You don't have your Bluetooth?
No.
Okay, good. We can hear
No,
you.
I don't have it on.
So welcome to the show. And what would you like to ask or what would you like to share with us on this area?
Oh my God, you're not going to believe what's been happening to me. So
well, go ahead.
I got a picture of a alien next door, and then I had a blue one up on my roof. It was just like floating there. It was really cool.
So we'll throw the word alien out, but you had like a non-terrestrial being on your roof. You had a space person, non-terrestrial being on your roof.
So right. So that one was like a small.
Oh.
And then I caught one next door at my neighbor's house, but he was like, I don't know, about 6 feet tall.
Interesting. And when did this happen?
Just in the last couple days.
The last few days, folks, unbelievable. Last few days. So one is a bluish looking being, did you say?
Yeah, it stands probably about, I don't know, it's only like about not even your leg length. You know what I mean? Like the bottom of your leg.
Yeah.
And it was up on the roof and it was blue and there was a beam coming down by it, like it just came out of the beam.
Yeah, it probably came out of a spaceship. It was probably beamed down.
It was
from
hanging out on my roof.
Yeah, they beamed it down on your roof.
What did it look like?
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
What did the being look like?
Well, so it looked like a normal, extraterrestrial, but it was just tiny. Like it was only as tall as the bottom of your leg,
Did it look like a humanoid being, or did it look like those gray beings that everybody keeps posting about?
Probably the gray ones, I guess.
Huh.
And then the other one was about 6 feet tall. I wish I knew how to transform so you guys could see my pictures and you'd know exactly what I'm talking about, but I'm not that good on the phone, so I can't do that.
Yeah, well, in time we'll teach you how to do that.
Okay.
Can you describe what?
And I've seen 2 UFOs.
And when did you see the UFOs?
That was just the other day, and that was above my house, and it was a silver UFO.
Interesting. Did you record it?
Yep.
You did record it. Okay, you're going to have to send me a copy of that.
Okay.
Do you know how to do that?
And then the other one that I saw was down the street.
And when was that one?
Just the other day.
You are amazing. You're having all this activity and within a few days. That's unbelievable.
Okay, now think about Skinwalker Ranch, okay? I'm on a property like that.
I try not to.
I know, but I'm on a property like that.
Okay.
Like it has all sorts of stuff here.
I gotcha. Interesting. Yeah, you'll have to send me a copy of the video. Do you know my email address? Send it to my email. I'm going to put it in here. And there's another person we're going to bring up in a minute after you. I just have to figure out who that is. Johnny, please let me know who that person is so I can, we'll get them on here. Let's see here. But my email, I'm putting it in the comments section for anyone who has disclosure information. If you have any UFO spaceship videos you've been documenting, definitely. Claudia Milan. Okay, Claudia Milan. Oh, there she is. Claudia Milan. We'll have her up. We're going to bring her up too. So let me bring her up also. And Claudia, we're going to bring you up here with us. And we have my friend April with us here with our Ashtar contact area. Claudia Milan, I heard about you. Good evening. How are you?
Hi, good evening. Thank you, Commander.
I'm glad to have you on the. Go ahead.
Thank you so much. Do I have enough volume? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Now you do. Yeah, we can hear you.
So I have had a lot of different experience with interdimensional, different types of ETs. And it's very complex because I like what you're saying about the Christ consciousness. There's a lot of different types of ETs and they're functioning on a lot of different types of vibrational frequencies. The reason our government is basically sort of most of it. You see we're going into a renaissance period now where our government is going to be shifting. There's a lot of consciousness going in the government and there's a lot of people that are, running for office that are of a Christ consciousness. They know that the Alpha Draconians have been down here screwing around, breaking the rules, because there are rules of engagement. And so it's just really important. I mean, for the regular layperson that they're all different types of ETs and it's important to sort of protect yourself. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. And also the thing is that because what we're talking about, April and April's been on our Ashtar Command spaceships physically in Vermont for 8 times. they are the people we work with are the Christed galactic forces that represent all the galactic forces of spiritual understanding. And when one of the things they're doing is making sure that there are no negative ETs left on the planet. That's part of what the command is doing right now, and that's why you're seeing less and less negative ETs on the planet. They're actually being forced to leave. They have to leave. They can't stay here.
Because it got
Can't stay here at
crazy.
all.
In 2009, I felt like they were. I mean, I had to leave the United States when they started spraying. I'm in Los Angeles, and it got really bad. I had to go see my family, and the whole exit thing, man, bombarded all over with ETs, and they were gassing people in Los Angeles, and it was like, man, this is going to get really crazy. I had some experience with I got hit with a really very high technology interdimensional implant. There's a lot of, in that period, there's a lot of people in Los Angeles in the entertainment business. There's all kinds of crazy stuff that they get into. I had my retail store, and I had a lot of celebrity clients that were my clients in my store. So I got hit. Yeah, I got hit with an interdimensional, and I had 3 people come into my store and said, you have to see this woman. Her name is Delilah Walker. She has her studio, so she's a light worker. And I went to her unannounced, and I used to go to this ashram across the street, and the whole time I felt like someone was directly communicating with me. I didn't hear a voice. It was kind of like really guided, because I had gone to Cedars and I had full CAT scan, CTI. Nothing's wrong. And I felt like I had an axe in my head and I was getting pulled out of my body. It was the most terrifying thing. This went on for a week. And I got to her finally, to her studio. And she is literally, what I found out later is that she's a walk-in, and she's intergalactic. She is from Federation. So she's very powerful. And so she just said, you're going to go out, and I was, worked with crystals, essential oils, very high frequency technology. And she says, I'm basically a channel, and I'll start speaking in a language. Don't be afraid. You'll probably just get knocked out. And I was awake for the whole procedure. Literally, I was levitated off her table, and she pulled this implant out. I heard it come out.
Really? You were levitated on her. Wow, that's amazing. You were levitating on her table. Yes,
and she had to pull this thing out. It was wrapped around my chakra, my whole chakra system. It came out of my head, and she looked at me. I feel, because I never met her. And 3 of my clients came in, different people from, client from Malibu, client from Beverly Hills. Yeah. And I said, I feel really sick. And I go, girl, you don't look good. And I had a bump in my forehead.
Wow, that's amazing. Now, was the bump the thing that was the implant?
Yes. And so I got to her. I finally looked her up. Somebody gave me her phone number. I looked, okay, her studio's on Robertson across the street for Airdrome. I go, oh, that's where the Sikh ashram is there. And I used to go, I was a young teenager, do the Kundalini early at 3, 4 in the morning. I knew exactly where it was. Her place was closed. To the free lunch, did prayer, and then I went to her, and she just looked at me really suspiciously, and she's like, come on in. She goes, how'd you get my number? Now, she works on people like George Clooney and really high celebrities. She's very expensive, but I felt like after going to Cedars and going to doctors and knowing, I thought I had an aneurysm or I was going to have a brain tumor, and I got in her door. She goes, what's wrong? How can I help you? I said, I feel like I have an axe in my head and I'm getting pulled out of my body. And I just started crying. I go, I know it sounds crazy, but that's how I feel. I had paramedics come and stay with me. And these paramedics, people that do paramedic work, they are sort of walk-in ascended angels, most of them. Huge auras. They're usually about 6 something, and they're helping people stay in the body and helping people survive. They're also, protected and, high level council, angelic realm people help. So I had paramedics at my house, and they just sat with me. And he goes, "You look like you're going into shock. Let's just sit with
Claudia,
you. Do you want us to go to the hospital? Do you want us to take you in the hospital?"
Your audio is fading in and out. Can you bring your audio up a little bit?
Okay. I think somebody's coming through it.
Okay.
Maybe.
My phone is kind of funny. But anyway, so I got to her, and she just looked at me. She put her hand exactly where my head was hurting. And she says, you have a very high level, very intense implant. And she goes, how did you get this? Who have you been hanging out with? And so you can get these things. This thing about technology you're talking about, what she taught me through what her work, with the Federation, is that our chakras and our vibrational frequency, how we think, what we eat, what we do, meditate, actually protects our body. So if you've been drinking a little or smoking or hanging out with people, so this is very dangerous. They throw out implants, and so a lot of these people are gone. You look at all these celebrities, they're gone. Their original soul being is either hijacked in prison or not. Do you see what I'm saying? So anyway, she just said, let me see if I can help you. And then she just thought, she went into meditation. She goes, yeah, I'm going to help you. Anyway, I never fell asleep, and I experienced the entire thing. And then I read a book called What is Light Body? And she's taught me some techniques, and I started taking and helping people and trying to get them with interdimensional implants, pull them out. You know what I mean?
Wow.
And yeah, so I think it's a very exciting period. And I had a lot of other things too. So I have like interdimensional beings coming through. These are, people, angelic realm with the blonde hair and the blue eyes. And
interesting.
what I was basically explained. And then I felt like I got really attacked, so I had to leave and go to South America for a while because it got crazy. But I mean, she used to have to basically just shield herself from people, like the CIA and stuff, to track her down.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, but what's really important is using some of these really high frequency essential oils. They bring up the vibrational frequency, so these high level beings can come in and hang out and work with us. Now, the spaceship thing, we're in another chapter now. If people are boarding ships and this is starting to happen. Oh, the other thing that they explained to me was that we need to always petition in our prayers, and it's good to do it with people, to say, we rebuke, we do not accept the dark force. The government does not represent human beings and humanity on planet Earth. We are asking for help. We're asking for assistance, and we rebuke any of the evil forces that have hijacked, usurped, or have broken the rules of engagement here on planet Earth. So you realize the big religions, the governments have done this for centuries upon eons, So we're kind of like,
absolutely.
We're trying to get.
We're in a mode now. We're in a mode now where, like, if you've been following recently events here, there are 4 of us here on the East Coast within New Jersey, Connecticut, Long Island, and Vermont that are we're going to be going on a ship. But the ship we're going on, I work with the Ashtar Command. I've worked with the Ashtar Command before there was internet. I came from Mars before I came here, and Mars is a population of 10 to 15 million inhabitants. It's a breathable planet, has a bluish kind of sky atmosphere, and I remember everything about where I came from, and I work with the Christ consciousness always in my work. So what you're saying is very beautiful. The thing that people need to know is my friend April, who's here, and the ship here, this is an Ashtar Command weather ship. She was taken aboard that ship, and that ship stopped dead air vertically over her location in northern Vermont the other day after a snowstorm, and she got a photo of it. Excuse me. And so April, myself, and 2 other people, my friend Johnny here, and also Kit Kat, who's not in here right now, we're going to be coming together, and then I think within the next 3 months we'll be at some point going on a ship. My father actually is not my biological father. He passed. My star family father is a commander on the big ship, a working ship. My mother's on another ship, a living ship. I have brothers and sisters of the command that look like they're in their 20s that are just, and everyone on those ships are beautiful. Some of them are angelic beings, others are not. But so I just want to give you a heads up of what's happening here on encounters. Yeah, we're so the Ashtar Command oversees every galactic level of every different group in the spiritual realm of planetary systems. And so I'm glad you shared some information about your journey, because everything now we're cleaning out any vestiges of negative ETs that are still around the planet. They're being forced off the planet. They can no longer be here, and they are going to leave. They're going to have to leave. So there's no question about it.
I just pray and petition for that we clean up the interdimensional portals that are getting contaminated. I always pray for humanity to be able to be downloaded the program to have direct Christ consciousness communication with, you know what I mean? And because there's so many of us down here have been, hijacked, usurped. There's so much gaslighting and mind control going on. And so you've kind of, I know that there's all different levels of consciousness and people that volunteer to come down here. I believe that I did, you know what I mean, that come down during this period. And they tell you the mission is going to be tough. You're not going to know who you are and what the mission is. And so all these little clues, and I feel like
until you wake up. So, it's an interesting thing for me. My waking up was when I had a spaceship with men, women, and children in a flying saucer in Long Island when I was a kid. Went upstairs. My brother's mother and father were downstairs. Went into my brother's bedroom, opened the window up. There was a spaceship hovering with men, women, and children in light blue outfits. Beautiful, tall people. The children weren't as tall. Human, just like us, very beautiful. They didn't look like monsters or evil ETs. And they were telepathic. And the one thing they always told me when I was a kid, preteen in the 1960s, you are not from here. We are your cosmic family. What they were saying to me is, they were reminding me, don't forget who you are. Even though you're human, don't forget who you are. Now, I went to school. I did everything every other kid did. I had a normal human life. But at the same time, it was never normal because when I was a kid playing baseball, I spurted out, I'm from Mars, out of nowhere. I said, I'm from Mars. No kid ever does that. And I said that to these other two kids. They were not happy. I spent most of my earlier life as a, teenager not really talking about it. I just did regular stuff like everyone went to school, read the textbooks. When I became an adult and when I went to college in Vermont, actually, I had sightings of spaceships up there. And after that, I met this woman, Athena, from Sedona Journal of Emergence back in the early 90s. And I found out she was from Venus, and she knew all the people in the contactee movement from the 1950s and 60s into the early 70s. People should study Giant Rock. Giant Rock was a gathering place. There was a little airport there and a cafe. People would fly in with airplanes and come in with their cars, and that's where the contacts would happen. These contactees wrote books that are out of print about being on Venusian spaceships. And this is the beginning of contact. It was sporadic, but it was the way showers from the contactee days. And now here in 2024, April, myself, and Kit Kat and Johnny are going to be on board the same spaceship together at some point. We're all going to be brought into the spaceship, and we're going to be probably away for a while in Earth time. Might be an hour or 2 hours, something like that. But we're going to be off planet. So we're trying to educate people. Say again?
I hope they can try to do it. They can try to sort of try to make contact with our new Space Force and try to bring this sort of. I feel like the Renaissance is coming. I feel like I
don't know if the Space Force is going to be what they're going to be dealing with, because the Space Force is the last thing they want to deal with, because the Space Force created by the U.S. is not there to make peaceful contact with the Ashtar Command. The Ashtar Command can shut down every single electronic nuclear power plant, nuclear missile, and even the Space Force. Yeah, there's not going to be anything like that happening.
I know the Andromedans have incredible power too. They can blow the planet in 30 seconds. It's beyond anything that we can comprehend. And so, where does, at what point, what's the tipping point where, planet Earth actually does evolve and come up and we have full integration into the Federation? You know what I mean?
Well, it's going to actually be, I can give you information. April, do you want to speak on that? April?
I'm sorry. I was trying to quiet my dog. He was barking.
Oh, no problem. Did you want to speak on that portion about, because I was just mentioning the Ashtar Command represents all the different councils, no matter what people call them.
Yes.
The Ashtar Command is like the United Nations of every single little grouping in the universe. Absolutely. It represents all the Christed levels of consciousness. So people need to understand there's one solid foundation, and under it there are different councils that lead up to that one foundation.
Yeah.
And so, so what's so if you want, I'll let April, speak a little bit, because she's been on the ship. Yeah. She can tell you about my mother, my father, her father, what they're doing, because she's been right on the spaceship physically.
So when I was taken, not taken, let me say, when I was invited, I don't want to say taken because I wasn't taken. Right. I went with them.
Taken anywhere.
But what they did was they are passing the information along about how, we are this last visit was I was gone for over a week with the space beings and with our space families, and they had brought me down to an underwater base that was in our oceans that was just beneath an island, and they introduced me to the mer people, and the reason for that was because the mer people are being affected by the pollution of the sneaky nuclear waste and stuff, that they're doing nuclear testing under the oceans without our knowledge. So they brought me down there to talk about the pollutions and stuff that are happening, and they wanted me to bring that information forward so people are aware that this has been happening. And it's not only affecting us, but it's also affecting other species. And when he was talking about the council, the councils, there are 7 smaller councils that represent different sectors, and then there's the larger one that kind of oversees everything, which is the Ashtar Command. And the Ashtar Command kind of oversee, all the good beings of light that want to help the Earth. And so, they have been coming in slowly but surely over the years. Some have been here for hundreds of years, but they anticipated something like this was going to happen. So they have been slowly coming in so they can put a stop to all the nonsense that is happening, because at this point it's gotten so dangerous that we are affecting not just our planet, but we are affecting other planets and other species because of the stuff that we are doing. So this is why they are starting to come in. This is why people are starting to see all these ships. And in the meantime, the ones that are here are getting rid of all these negative ETs that have been here creating havoc around the world. And they've been slowly but surely booting all them out, so they can, usher humanity into a better way of living. And I think that's why you're feeling like they're going to be ushering us into a Renaissance age, because they're going to be bringing us back to a simpler way of life, a purer way of life, a way that we're not going to have to be paying for things that we need to survive. Right. That we're going to be, these things are just going to be readily available for everybody, not just the select few.
What, April, you're right, because on my property, there is something that chases off the evil here every night.
It's probably, I'm assuming the way you were talking, it's something like how, if you've been following me, like I have a protector space being from the Ashtar Command out here that I call Mikey. And now I have Lily out here. I have 2 of them, and they are protecting me and my property and my family. These beings have been out here, and there's been twice now that 2 negative spaceships have tried to infiltrate my property, and these beings have chased them off.
Yeah, the Ashtar Command, like April's saying, our ships, our fleets of ships, our families that are on these ships, on the working ships, they will not allow any negative spaceships around April. They actually chased them away out of the atmosphere is what they did. Mm-hmm. These negative ET ships, they're like primitive compared to the Ashtar Command. Ashtar Command doesn't hurt anybody, but they will definitely take any negative ETs and they'll kick them right off the planet.
Absolutely.
Well, check this out. That does make sense, because my husband had a heart attack and they saved his life. And I got the name Emmanuel. Mm-hmm. So maybe Emmanuel is the one that saved my husband's life.
If that's the name you got, go with it. Because if that's your first thing that's said to you in your consciousness, I would go with it.
Yeah.
Because usually that's the truth.
So
Go
now
ahead, April.
you're talking about, the Renaissance ages because it's not so much the Renaissance age that we're going back to. It's because we are going back to a simpler way of life, a more
Mm.
pure way of life. They're bringing us basically back to basics where, we have forgotten that we have these gifts of like being able to telepathically communicate with each other. We've always had that ability. All of us, each and every one of us have had that ability. So they're giving us back the gifts that we already naturally have.
I
You
mean,
know,
yeah, like some of the most amazing gifts is just being able to even just grow food.
yes,
You know what I mean? Just being able to, but man, I mean, the Alpha Draconians are full stop, like nonstop spraying the skies,
yeah,
using technology like HARP,
they're doing the
which is
most.
could just really terrible shit. And I mean, I hope they understand that it's like, I know at some
Oh,
point it's like you have the spectrum, the broad spectrum of super, super mega evil
yeah, but
beings.
that stuff is good. That stuff is ending. That stuff,
I
as I know
hope.
you're, yeah. Well, we can tell you it's going to end.
Because
I've
I
been
don't
doing.
see, I mean, I see it getting worse. I mean, the
Yeah,
stuff
we
that's
don't.
going on in inner Hollywood, the stuff the military is doing,
They're taking their
it's not
time.
even something they can even talk about. They have to basically go in and just basically just neutralize it
Well,
because there's,
LA has some pretty good community of light workers, and I can tell you right now, over the planet, including LA, California, the whole thing is you got a light worker community in Hollywood, you got a light worker community in California, and I guarantee you all that stuff's going to stop because the ships are coming from very far from our Ashtar Command star lining up of ships. They will actually that what they're doing is now, and even April is seen on the ship. They're trying to clean up some of the mess we did. That doesn't matter if it's LA or Paris or Rome or
you
in a
realize
rural
is
area.
we as humanity didn't do it. It is basically the small class group of elites that were basically usurped by the Alpha Draconians, and they have wreaked havoc, hell on Earth because basically just the general humanity we've been just brought along through mind control and like gaslighting. Here, you need a car. There's been better technology for transportation for thousands of years. You know, you can't grow your food. We're going to give you GMO. We're going to give you Roundup. We're going to spray the skies with all this
No,
shit, put all this shit in the
but
water.
let me just jump in here. So for me,
Not like
I
we,
grow.
it's a very small group of
It's a
people.
small
These,
group,
yeah,
right? But this
very,
those
it's like
small,
the 1%
yeah,
have
but
literally, so
yeah, but they don't
they've got that,
matter.
they don't,
They don't.
well, they're
They
still, the paradigm right now on planet Earth, they're running the whole freaking show.
well, they only run it if they only run the show if we believe they run the show. For me, I don't care who they are. We're going to bust the matrix. That's my motto. I came here. I don't care if they're the elite or not the elite. We bust the matrix, and it doesn't matter. So we can look at things as a paradigm as saying, these people have control, or we can say, I'm a liberated conscious being in human
No, I
form,
know, I
and
know.
you know
I'm
what I
saying,
mean?
yeah, I understand that. I get that. I am living a different dimension. Trust me. My
Right.
lifestyle, my life is like I'm on another planet, right? Because I'm blessed, right? But I'm just saying that the real crux of it, they've got to neutralize these people. They've got to pull out, and they have to have full disclosure. They literally
Oh,
have to
that
just come down
you know.
and take over. And
Yeah,
I'm saying, as a
yeah.
humanity, the rules of engagement, if we don't ask for that, and we don't get more people on board to say, hey, as a humanity, we're asking the Ashtar Command to come down here and really take full control of the government, the media, the militaries. They need permission from humanity. Those are the rules of engagement. And it's just like
Right,
that's,
but
you know,
also understand that there is a plan, a divine plan, and so as much as people say, "Come on down and do it," I can tell you, as being an Ashtar commander, that there is a spiritual plan, and it's being conducted in a very beautiful way, and things are going to start happening now. When we come back from being on the ship, April, me, and Kit Kat, and also Johnny, we'll bring information back to you, not just to you, Claudia, but to everybody here on the planet. When we physically come back, we will give you information that's for everybody on what to do and how it's going to be and so forth. I don't know. I lost, I think, I don't know what happened to April, but we'll have information that will certainly help people. And so I want to just bring that sense of balance of information. I know what things are like in one area in people's lives, but it's a planetary situation for the Earth, and things are going to be way different. I have to take my dog. Okay, I'll be back in a few minutes. Okay, she's got to walk her dogs in the snow there. But so I want people to feel a sense of calmness. Don't focus on all the negative stuff, because you've had your angelic levels and this beautiful people you deal with. Focus on that level. We know the other things are there, but don't get too focused on it, because things are shifting on the planet. The vibrational frequencies of the universe are now going in high gear. The Christ consciousness is enveloping many people on the planet. Sure, there are billions and billions of Earth people that are still sleeping, but just look at focusing on how to help another person wake up. Don't spend too much time worrying about these elite people. Just do what you're doing. Do your Dharma. Help the people. See a stranger on the street that needs some food. Give them some food. If you do that kind of energy work, that kind of mission work, that will liberate the planet. That's busting the matrix. That's always been my teaching. It's the way to do it.
I believe that. I'm 100%.
Yeah, just do that. Just focus on that alone and you'll be fine.
Claudia, can I ask you a question?
Yes, Brian.
You see a lot of, I call them friends, everybody else calls them ETs. You've seen a lot of them, right?
The communication I've had is interdimensional, so they come through and they materialize, right? And but this is all probably Pleiadian. They're white hair, blue eyed.
Oh, yeah, so the Pleiadians.
Yeah.
So do they just talk to you telepathically, or do you see them?
Yes, they have come through literally when I'm meditating and I'm on the, relaxing on the bed and just going before. Then they show up and then they just telepathically. A lot of times they are working on me and downloading information, healing thing, working on, and then just downloading information. So I would be tasked with certain petitions and meditations and focusing on certain energy, vibrational frequencies to bring down. So I guess I'm a starseed light worker, but all of it's been communicated just directly with them. So you know what I mean? Like, I don't follow any sort of guru or any sort of, I don't read too much because I want to sort of just peer at the source.
So, Claudia, did you operate in, just really important, I tell everybody to get in this center, and I think you probably do. Do you operate in Christ consciousness when you're, you do? Okay. I kind of figured you did, but I always like to ask that question of my guests.
You got to get up there. Well, everyone, there's all kinds of things that people do with all energy and stuff like that, but that's the purest place to be.
Yeah.
And that's where.
That's right. That's right.
And that's the energy that we're trying to anchor, is what I have been explained, is that the physical body is like an anchor, and to be able to bring that energy, it anchors it into the grid. It anchors into the grid for planets, so they can actually come into more.
Yeah, my friend Claudia, Ashtar Athena, she lives in LA. She used to be in Sedona. She's with the Ashtar Cohen. She's one of the original contactees. If you've ever heard of Tuella has passed away. Read the book Ashtar Tribute. They're out of print books, but you can get them. You'll learn a lot about the people that had direct contact. Ashtar Athena, she knows a number of people, some of the good people that are light workers in Hollywood. One that has been a director with a lot of movies. He's an incredible light worker. He's speaking at UFO conferences now, and he's on Facebook mostly. I don't think he has TikTok, but she's traveled all over the world. She's worked with what?
What's her name?
Ashtar Athena. She used to be in Sedona. She used to write for Sedona Journal of Emergence. She's a beautiful woman. She's in her 70s, and I'm always in contact with her. She's like my cosmic mom. I met her in New York State many years ago, and that's the first time I met her. And we did workshops together. We had conclaves. We were being 50, 60 people from all over the world. They come together. And it was just how we brought the Ashtar command thing to a lot of people, mostly here in the Northeast. When she's traveled all over India. She met Sai Baba, all these people she's known, but she doesn't have TikTok. But she is one of those people that when I met her, that's where I figured out my commander name from my space being off planet. She helped me with that. And before that, I knew I wasn't from here. I didn't know much about myself on a non-human scale. So I've been on the journey for a lot of years. I'm sure you have, and so I appreciate you coming on here and sharing your story tonight.
I'm so excited about your journey on the ships. That's so amazing.
Yeah, we're gonna definitely broadcast it live. I don't know when I know it's within the next 3 months. I just don't know when, because they've actually, with April, they come right through the wall. They can do that, and then they took her right on the ship. And she's been all over the ship. She's been on 2 or 3 of the ships. One of them is a living ship. That's the ship where they live. They also grow their vegetarian fruits and vegetables. She's tried some of their food that they grow on the living ship. One is called a pearl. It's a small little watermelon. It's tiny, not tiny, but it's small. And she's eaten the food on the ship from that they grow from their worlds, and it's beautiful. And so the working ship is the ship that's doing all the mission work. All the working ships are doing all the cleaning up of the garbage that we've done. The weather ship has something to do with it too. So yeah, you're on this show. People are gonna get a lot of information from us when we come back. This is the only show on any social media where this is going to be happening. You're not going to see any UFO shows having people going on ships or any TikTokers doing it. It's going to happen on my show here. Whether we're able to record it, I don't think our technology will work on the ships. I'm pretty sure it won't, but we'll record outside the ships if we have a chance to. If they let us do that, we'll try to record outside the ship when we're taken to be invited on the ship, so that you here will have documented information for you.
Nice. I've subscribed yesterday this morning. You were up or last night, and I subscribed.
Oh yes. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. That subscription is helping us for night vision equipment. We have a large Ashtar Command contact group here in New England on the East Coast, and we're going to have 2 different events. One on the 13th, that's the main event for what's going to happen with the ship showing up, and then on the 20th, following weekend in Ledyard, Connecticut, we're going to be meeting with another part of our group, and there's going to be even a big event there. We'll be going live on TikTok the 13th and the 20th.
Of March? No. Of when? June?
I'm sorry. I mean April the 13th and April the 20th. I'm sorry.
Awesome. April the 13th and the 20th. Okay.
And if someone's asking me, would George Norrie want to interview me? Well, if everybody contacts George Norrie, contact him. I'm not a person that likes to go on radio at 1 a.m. But if George Norrie wants to interview me, I'd be happy to be interviewed on George Norrie's show. So if everybody, that's a good lexicon. Welcome to say that. Contact his producers and see if they'll interview me. I'd go on George Norrie's show and talk about this.
What show is that called? What's it called again?
Coast to Coast is
Coast to Coast.
He Art Bell used to run. I was on Art Bell's show. I was on his show years ago. Mm-hmm. But George Norrie, I think if you tell him what's going on here, I think he might be interested to interview me and April, Kit Kat, and Johnny. But get in touch with him. Everyone get in touch with Coast to Coast Radio or a TV show, whatever they're doing, and tell them about what we're doing here. Let's see if George Norrie has TikTok. Maybe he does. I don't know. All right. Claudia, thanks so much for being a subscriber, coming on and sharing some interesting things. We love having people on that, and I love the community of people, all the brothers and sisters here. This is really becoming a place for people over the world where they can share, and it's really been a beautiful experience.
You guys send me a follow, and I'll follow back. This is one of the few, if the only, actually real spiritual and wonderful galactic, Ashtar Galactic station and people that I've actually been able to find.
Oh, beautiful.
Honestly, see it out there. It's, just within the community, or by chance we run into each other, don't we?
Like, yeah, we do, right?
We get sort of, but this is incredible, and I'm very excited, and congratulations for
And here's the ship. Here's one. This is the weather ship in Vermont that was taken the other day. This is an Ashtar Command ship, everybody. One of the Ashtar. All the Ashtar Command ships are different. This is one of them right here. And the inside of the ship is really big. I mean, you would think, I don't know how big that ship was, but inside the spaceship, when April went in there, the ships are enormous. Very, very big. Ricky Pitt says, I don't understand. Ricky Pitt, what don't you understand? Give us a question, Ricky Pitt. They don't understand something, we'll help you out. If you don't understand something, folks, ask us, and I'll give you an answer. Definitely. All right. Hey, Claudia, thanks for being with us.
Darling, I'm going to jump off so you can bring somebody up. Thank you so much.
All right. I know Friends of Prairie was walking the dogs in Vermont, and we're going to be on here for just a little bit longer, and then we're going to be calling it a night on the show, and then all that good jazz. We appreciate the follows. We're not at 100,000 likes, but we have 232 people times whatever. So if 232 people will all tap a button, like I'm going to tap right now, you see the hearts? All you have to do is say, how do you like a show? You just tap the button. I'm tapping so quickly. If everybody taps really quickly, every single person, we could get up to 100,000 likes in like 10 minutes. 10 minutes we can do it. You don't believe me? All it takes is everybody tapping really quick. Thank you for the Rod. Thank you for the roses. Yeah, Spirit. Thank you for the roses. Your support has been tremendous. We appreciate it so much. We appreciate everybody. Claudia, thank you. We appreciate Claudia so much doing the light work out there. Yeah, and Rod. And hey, Nina, good to see you. I didn't set a goal tonight. Yeah, I did set a goal. I have, what's going on here? I have the train. I have 2 trains. I need 6 more trains to complete the train goal. So I have 6 more trains to go. That goal will be completed tonight. Yeah, thank you. Rod, thank you. You're just beautiful. Thank you for doing 2 for me, Lisa. We appreciate that you did 2 for me. Thank you, Lisa. I know that. So if anyone wants to, in my pinned area, see the train, I'd like to get, 6 more trains. I'm getting roses. Thank you from Israel. Thank you so much, my friend in Israel. Blessings to you. Blessings to each and every one of you out here. All the new people that have just found this show. I said, now when I say you're going to get addicted to my show, you will, and it'll be a good addiction. You don't have to worry. This addiction will be good. Let me see if Friends of Prairies is back from walking her dog. Oh, she's right there. I didn't even know she was there. Thank you for the galaxies.
Yeah,
Thank you. I hope the dogs. Did they have a good time outside? There's still snow on the ground, right?
Yeah, there is. So they try to stay. Well, when I shoveled out the yard, it was like now there's mud. So.
Oh, okay, all right.
I try to keep them dry, because they want to go play in the snow, and I'm
yeah,
wetness.
Your snow hopefully will melt pretty soon. You'll have a nice, warm, springy type weather up there.
The weather is actually beautiful right now, but we still have snow because it's going to take a while for it to melt because that snowstorm when we got like 3 feet of snow up here. Well, at least on the mountain.
Yeah, on the mountains. Yeah. Well, yeah, I know it. I remember when I lived in Plainfield, a 2-foot snowstorm. It was like, forget it. It was like you couldn't go anywhere.
Skiing is going to be crazy. I'm telling you.
Oh yeah, the last part of the ski season. Now, skiers in Vermont will be very happy. So we're kind of getting towards 1. We'll get out of here at 1 o'clock and go to sleep. But we have so many things happening, folks. And Friday night will be what we call contact night, and we never know what that's going to be like. But Friday night, I'll be posting a video. I'll make a video tomorrow, I think. Friday night is our contact night. Usually we communicate with our parents on the ship through music for the moment. April, sometimes they will come in to meet with her in the house. And when they're not taking her on the ship, they'll whisper or give her information in English that she just says, Commander, so-and-so just told me this. So even if you can't hear it or I can't hear it, they will speak to her and she'll just translate the information to the program. So that would be Friday night is going to be contact night. And usually on that night, they like to have me sing songs. And usually when I sing songs, that's my way of speaking with our space family on the ship. Usually I'll come up with a galactic song or a cosmic song with them. And that's my way of showing my love, because until I get on the ship to speak face to face, the only method I have is through my songs. and I sing space songs. I just create them out of my head. And, April's heard them. Some of you have heard me sing. I just sing these songs that come out, and I don't remember ever what the songs are, but they seem to flow pretty good, so we are very beautifully interacting with our father. My father is Commander Robar. She found that out when she was on the ship, that my cosmic father is Commander Robar. His name is Robar, and he is a commander of one of the working ships. Her father. Brother. What?
Don't forget about your brother, Jared.
Okay, so I have a couple of sisters and brothers. One of my brothers on the ship is Jared, and he has evidently the way she has. He's groomed with a very short mustache or beard or something like that, right?
Yes, he's very clean cut. His is very tight to his face, but he looks a lot like Commander. He says he's his older brother, and he is actually in one of the cloud cities that are up in the sky, and he's basically what his job is he goes up there and he's up there cleaning and purifying water that is coming back down to the earth. So his job is up there managing all of that. So he's been absolutely detrimental to what has been going here, what is happening here on Earth. So
yes, that would be. Now she's met my brother because she physically was invited on the ship 8 times, and she got to meet my brother. So how many sisters do I have? Do you know?
I did not ask that. I was just so excited to meet your brother. I was trying to get all the information for him so I could bring it back to you. I didn't think to ask about your other siblings. I'm sorry. I will next time.
I just want to make sure everybody able to see Ash? Able to see April? I see April. She's right on my screen. April's right here. Is anyone not able to see her? No, you can't see her.
You can't see my square?
You don't see the square? I don't see her.
Okay, hang
April,
on.
I'm gonna bring you back. This is really strange. let me bring her back on here. Hold on a minute. It's really weird. All right, here we go again. Let's see if you see her. Okay, hopefully this works. Astro Command, make sure that she's able to be seen. Can you see her now? No, no one can see you. Why is that?
I don't know.
Which phone are you using? Are you using the phone that they can listen on, or the other phone?
I'm on the other phone. I'm not using that phone.
Oh, you're not? Okay.
No. I don't know what's happening. TikTok is glitching. Somebody was posting that TikTok got banned today.
No, they didn't get banned. That's whoever said TikTok got banned is wrong. What happened is the Congress voted to potentially ban TikTok. It's not banned. They're going to have a lot of problems with trying to ban TikTok. The people that voted on that, just for a brief moment, it has to go to the U.S. Senate, and it won't happen. The Senate's not going to ban TikTok. If anything, the Senate's going to reject the congressional bill. They're going to probably vote against it.
How do they do that? How do they sneak stuff like that in? I mean, the bill wasn't even about TikTok. It was about something else, but they sneak TikTok in there. Not okay.
I don't know. It's not okay, but we'll deal with that. Now, I think something. I'm not sure why people are not able to see you. Oh boy.
Can you hear me though?
I can hear you. I can hear you fine. You want to switch phones and see if I want to see if they see you on the other phone.
The other phone is actually charging because it was pretty dead.
Dead. Okay, don't worry about it. I can. If you can, everybody hear her.
You can hear me. I'm here.
Okay. As long as you can hear her, that's a good thing. She's talking from the spaceship. That's why you can't see her. No, I'm just kidding. She's communicating with her phone on the spaceship. But it's all good. It's all good. As long as you can hear her, man, that's the most important thing, brothers and sisters. So we're getting up to, we have 80,000. Well, we're close to 100,000 before 1 o'clock. So we have 240 beautiful people from all over the world here on Encounters, watching, relaxing. We hope you're enjoying the show. If you're just finding the show, we really encourage you to be here. We're not one of those TikTok hosts that ignores people. We do see you. We don't argue on here. We don't have battles. We don't have disco balls light up in my ceiling. This is just a real talk show. I do radio 21 years, Astro Command Radio on WESU, NPR Pacific Radio every Sunday morning. Look, definitely listen to my show. I don't mention it much, but if you listen on Sunday mornings worldwide, we take calls on the show. You can tell us your stories about encounters, visitations on my radio show, and we broadcast all over the world. So, yeah. You're still waiting, Alicia, for the cow costume. That TikToker I haven't seen on for months. There used to be somebody on here dancing in a disco to disco music in a cow outfit in a room. It was crazy. Yeah, Spirit, thank you for the train. The train's taking off, going into space on a ship. And we're going to take a trip. And we're going to all flip.
Oh, here goes the song. We're going into song, guys.
So I can usually rap pretty good when it comes to space, because that's the place to be for the human race. When we get there, we'll have our place. We have to spiritually grow to find our place. There'll be a room for you everywhere, but if you don't even care, you won't even be aware. See, I just made that up.
That was good.
That's how I do it. If someone tells me, let's see here. D Money says, I still don't see fairies. D Money 33.
I'm here. I'm just floating around. I'm just fluttering around. I'm in the atmosphere. Don't worry. I'm in the atmosphere. I won't disappear. No, I'm just kidding.
You know what? April just rapped. I'm in the atmosphere. I won't disappear. She just rapped. I think this show is so strange sometimes. I must tell you, when April and I get on here together, positive, strange things always happen. You can never make this up, brothers and sisters. It always, I've actually gotten to the point now where I just know when April and I get together, could you imagine what it's going to be like when we get together with everybody in the apple orchard field?
That's what I'm saying. It's so important that I get down there. Can you imagine how ramped up that energy is going to be when we are actually physically together? That is going to be nuts. It's going to be a good time. It really is.
It is. We're going to have you're going to meet my friend Greg and Elaine. We have Greg and Elaine, who's with our local group out of Middlefield. They're with the Astro Command. He's had experiences with the positive beings of light. And so we have a core group here. I'll be contacting them over the weekend to get them prepared to be out in the field. We have at least 15 people that are not on TikTok or social media, and I'm sure they're going to be there. So we're going to hopefully have about, if things go to plan, plus my promoting our friends list with my video the other day, we should have up to 20 people in the field, about 20 people. Spirit says you're going to get there, sweetie, and she's right.
Thank you, guys.
She's right. We have plenty of time to get there. We have at least a few weeks to get you the money. So people, if you can help support Friends with Fairies April, give her a gift or two that'll help her get to Connecticut. She is a hard worker. She spends her time in cheese, getting all cheesy. And, if you can help her, please do. She's a beautiful soul, and we want to make sure she's there. Very important. So we're almost at 100,000. We're at 90.3. We're getting there. I want to thank everybody who's been really pressing the buttons. I need everyone to do it quickly. If 216 people times the math, if everybody taps, see how I'm creating hearts? You tap your screen on your phone, on the top of your phone, and the front of your phone. Just tap it. Don't tap it once. Everybody tap it. Just tap, tap, tap until the spaceships come home. As you keep tapping, the spaceships are going to come home. You got to tap it though, or else you're not going to see the spaceships. You got to tap. You want to see spaceships? You got to tap. You have to have confidence in yourself in tapping. It only takes a couple of taps to make it happen, but we're going to get there before 1 o'clock because you're going to do the tapping. Because you are the light workers. You are the transformers. You are the system busters, the busting of the matrix. You're going to do it together. See, if we can do this, we can switch the frequencies on the planet. We can do it. We're 96,000. We're so close, and yet not very far if we keep tapping. See how I said that? We're so close, but not very far. We're 97,000. 97. We're so close. You are the ones who are going to do it. You're going to do it right now because you know you can do it. Nothing to be afraid of. You have the ability to take the finger and physically tap the screen. You have that ability. Just keep looking at me, listen to my voice, my vibrational. Great. See, you did it. 100,000 plus. See how easy that was? And we did it before 1 a.m. in the morning on the planet Earth. You folks are amazing. You are, all of you. I love you all. You're all amazing. Even if you're a new person, I love you. Old person, I love you. We did it, right? So if we can do this, do you think we can transform the planet? Yes, we can. You know, do you think we can, transform the planet? Yes, we can. Will we transform the planet? Yes, we will. Will the Ashtar Command eventually be in force on the planet? Yes, it will. And we're going to come back on that ship with April, with Kit Kat, and Johnny. And when we come back, we will have information for you. I also think that the stone or the crystal that was given, that I'm getting when April comes down, I keep getting that it's some sort of a technology that's going to help me do something. I don't know yet what it is, but I keep getting in my meditations, Commander, this is an activational device that's multi-operational for different things. I think one of it is communications. I think one of it is that it will allow me to go on the ship somehow by having this particular stone. I think it's going to make it easier for going on the ship. I don't know why I feel that way. Hey, Kit Kat, but I do feel that way, And I should bring Kit Kat up here before we go tonight. Let's see if can I get her up here? We're going to get Kit Kat up here for a minute. She's one of our team members. Wait a minute, how come I can't...
I don't know, Commander. That's just like with me trying to bring you up. It's like, it's weird. There's nothing that was blocking you from talking, but it wasn't allowing you to talk.
Oh, Kit Kat's able to come up. That's really weird. Hey, Kit Kat, good evening. We have a couple of minutes left here. Yeah, your spirit, thank you. Hey, here you are. Hey, Kit Kat. Oh, man.
And I can see April now.
Oh, hi.
Okay, good.
I'm here.
That's wild.
The atmosphere floating around.
So I want everybody for new people that don't know Kit Kat, you're in Long Island, right?
Yes, I am.
Right. So Kit Kat, you're going to be coming up on April 13th, correct?
Yes,
Good.
I will be there.
So Kit Kat is one of our crew that the Ashtar Command, our space father, I don't know if it's Kangaroo Bar, which one it was that made the selection, but we are organically selected for this. None of us knew each other. We knew each other from meeting on TikTok, but we didn't know that there was going to be this thing happening where we were going to go on ships until I met April, who came on my show. And then down the road, she goes on the ship with the Ashtar Command, comes back, and then we connect. And then the next thing I know, Kit Kat was selected by our space family, and then and then Johnny, who's in New Jersey, was selected, and he's going to try his best to come up on April 13th. So you're meeting one of the.
I was last.
Before you, Johnny, and now it's you. So it'll be April, Johnny, and Kit Kat and myself that are going to be invited on board the spaceship. So when they're ready to bring us on the ship, they will bring us physically on the ship. And at that point, we might be away off planet for a week. It could be 2 weeks in terms of non-Earth time. There's no time on space. So, but 2 weeks in space might be, 3 hours Earth time,
Yeah, that's amazing.
I know. I can't wait to show you guys all this stuff. It's going to be so cool.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh, it's crazy. The thought is just amazing.
Yeah, it's definitely, and I've told my wife that this is happening, and I don't know if I told my daughter. I'm gonna have to talk with her about it, but I thought I did briefly, but I am gonna tell them that we'll be going off planet for a little bit. It shows. Okay, it shows I'm in a different box, and you can't see Kit Kat.
Commander, they will probably won't even know that you're gone because they're going to bring you back at the same around the same time they took you.
Yeah.
It's just a picture. It's not really me anyway. So.
Yeah. So we TikTok is having its weird things tonight happening. I don't want to say that we're having our weird things happening, because if I say that, then you're going to think since we're on right now, weird things are happening. And who knows? Maybe they are. I've learned one thing doing this show, that this is a show that's out of this world. We are really a show that, even though we're on planet Earth, I think this show is really out of this world. Hey, Missy Eyes. She says, I'm already a space case. I'm telling you, you come on here, it's like being on another planet. It's like being on a different ship. When you come on Encounters watching my show, you're like on another spaceship here. There's nothing like it. At least you have your seat, your couch, your meditation pillow. You can hang out on the ship for a while, Well, it's 1:02 in the morning. I'm going to try to actually sleep in my bed tonight. I spent weeks sleeping out here because of my leg, but I'm feeling like maybe I can do it, It feels a lot better. So I think I'm going to try to do it. If I can't do it, I'm going to come back out here and sleep. But I want to thank all of you. Most definitely, I love everybody out there. Kit Kat, Half Pint, thanks for sharing those stories. And Friends with Furries, April, hope you have a beautiful morning. And I know that I got a feeling again that in the next few nights, you're going to be going back on the ship. I don't know which night it is. I think it's going to be towards the weekend. That's what I'm getting.
Well, I want to say love, send love out to everybody and to you and April and Johnny. I'm very excited. And I just, it's a very exciting time. I don't know. We'll see.
It really is. There you go. So I'm gonna, before I really fade out here and go off planet, I want to just say thank you for watching Encounters. All the new people, thank you please follow my show. We're trying to get to 100,000 followers before summer to do outreach to reach more people all over the world. And by following us, and I'll follow you if you ask me to follow you. If you follow me and becomes friends with me, you can also see the video for the April 13th event. That's only been posted for friends. So you have to friend me in order to see the video for April 13th. There's my email address if you're in the region and are going to attend. You want to bring water, bring some snacks with you, bring a chair, a blanket, something comfortable, and, just give us advance notice, and we'll send you the information how to get to the event if you're interested. It'll be on my video that I posted the other day. There's an email address. You email me, tell me who you are, if you're in the region, and that you're coming to this special event. We'll be broadcasting it on TikTok. My Encounters show on April 13th will go on the air at 8 o'clock in the evening. So definitely, make sure you get in touch with me way in advance before the 13th. With that said, good night, everybody. We'll see you later. Have a good night. Let me see.
Good night, everybody. Have a good night. Love all of you.
Okay, I'm going to end here now. And also realize when April's on during the day, and she will be on probably at certain parts of the day, please join her on her live. Please support what she's doing and her sharing of information. And if you can donate to her with a TikTok gift, it'll help her get to Connecticut. That's really, really crucial. So I hope people will watch her when she's live. She might have new information, and you'll get it from her, what she can share. So please follow her and please watch her when she's broadcasting. Take care, everybody. Have a good night.